So this video is on the importance of work-life balance. Work-life balance is something that I believe is absolutely essential for everyone to try to work towards, but it's something that I've typically struggled with in the past. I used to be of the opinion that the longer hours I worked and the more that I was recognized for my efforts, the better of a worker I was. But it got to a point where putting in all of these hours and consistently stressing myself out about work even while I was off the clock became detrimental to my health. So eventually I came to the realization that I'm not the sum total of my work, and my work does not define all of who I am. Once I started to understand that, it changed the way that I viewed myself as a worker and basically what I owed myself to be able to maintain a certain level of proficiency and efficiency. And so a couple of things that have helped me in achieving a work-life balance are setting boundaries. It's quite easy to take on all of these challenges at work and think that you're completely indispensable, and if you stop working that everything is going to fall apart. But honestly, this is often not the case. Very few of us are in positions where if we take a break for one evening or for 1 week or for 1 month that the whole company is going to fall apart. So I think once I understood this, I started to respect the company's time more, but in turn also demand that respect for myself. So while I'm on the clock, I try to put in the best of my work, but also with the understanding that once I clock out, the time left is mine for the rest of the day. And so I think if you set these expectations with yourself and with your employer, and you respect that, and they can see that you're doing good work while you're on the clock, then you're in a good position to demand that once you're off the clock, that your time be respected as well, that you not be contacted unless it's an emergency. And you also have to cultivate that habit of being able to let things go at work until the following day, until the following week, embracing that time that you have to focus on yourself. I started to make more time for my interests outside of work. Every year, I try to set 3 big goals for myself that have nothing to do with work. So, for instance, this year I've committed to learning French, to raising a substantial amount of money for my NGO, Give Girls a Chance, and to getting into business school. And so all of these requires a substantial time commitment, and these are things that I would not be able to accomplish if I spend all of my time off the clock also focusing on work. So I'm very conscientious about that. I spend my time at work focusing on work, giving it the best of my energy, of my ability, but once I'm off the clock, I try to switch gears and focus my mind on other things that are of interest to me. And also I think this idea of you have to be full and overflowing, give from your overflow. So you have to be full to be able to give of yourself to others, or to everything else that's important to you in life, your relationships, maintaining your body, exercising, doing all of these other things, volunteering. If you are spending all your time running yourself into the ground at work, then you clearly do not have that much left to give to everything else that's important in your life. And so for me, I think this idea of focusing on mental health has become really important as I try to achieve a work-life balance. So for me, that means making time for meditation, making time to exercise and to eat well, and most importantly, getting enough sleep. Once I started getting more sleep, it changed my life. But this meant that I had to stop whatever I was doing, be it work, be it socializing, at a certain point of the day so that I could get the amount of hours of sleep that I have come to realize I need to be able to function optimally. And so I think these are a few things that I currently do in my attempt to pursue greater work-life balance. And I hope that maybe these could spur you to think of ideas of how you can also start to pursue greater work-life balance.